Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to today's championship game.
Burnett was really knocked out of the championship picture by a 20-point loss to these Whitehouse Wildcats in the first game of the tournament. That game snapped a long winning streak at home by the Wildcats. Kahn looking for Miller down low. Pass a little bit too hefty. The last time that Burke Burnett had lost on this floor before Thursday against the Wildcats, to dominate the 3A classification. Mahomes throws it up wildly, and it finds the bottom of the cup. Desperation heave finds the bottom, and the timing could not be better for the Whitehouse Wildcats, who trailed this one 11-0. The deficit is still 11. As 3 points for Pat Mahomes. The teams have combined to start 2 for 7 at the free throw line. Number 32, Matt Wilson, the senior captain. Be on Matt Wilson. Team foul. Just the first against El Capitan, Matt Wilson. 35 seconds left in the first. An opening quarter dominated by the Highland Park Scots, 15-5. Dews in the corner. Shows his back to Matt Frischilla. There's a screen from Ryan Cheatham, number 20. Mahomes battles with Kahn. Back out to Cheatham, 15 seconds. Mahomes with 2 players following, drew the defensive pressure, then slung it into the block. Dylan Cantrell swoops to the cup. Maybe that's Spencer Shaw scoring his first couple. It's an 8-point lead for the Scots with 1 second left. Good if it goes. Miller, a little bit to the right. It was tipped up. Seemed to take a long time for the buzzer to fire there. I'm not sure that shot would have counted had it fallen. But as it stands, the Highland Park Scots head to the second, leading the Whitehouse Wildcats 15-7. At Texas Capital Bank, we're driven by an unwavering mission to serve Texas businesses and the entrepreneurs and families who run them. Since our beginning in 1998, we've grown into one of the state's largest independent banks, with offices in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio. Texas Capital Bank is proud to support the Highland Park Scots and wishes the team great success this season. Another outstanding defensive quarter for the Highland Park Scots, who allowed only 8 points to the final 3 quarters of the game against Randall yesterday, yielding only 19. 11 of those were in the first quarter against the Raiders, and they've allowed only 7 in the first quarter here against Whitehouse. So HP's defense really coming to the fore in this tournament. After Wichita Falls was able to do a little bit of damage, they scored 62 points in a game the Scots won by 11. Maybe a bit of a deceiving margin, as that one was nip and tuck the entire way. The Scots trailed that game at halftime and by a point after the third, but were able to ride a big fourth quarter to the relatively comfortable win. A lot of basketball for the Scotties lately. This their 5th game in the last week, when you include the McKinney game on Tuesday. But it'll be a bit of a break after this one, as the Scots will next take the floor next Friday, as the Plano Wildcats will come to the Highlander Fieldhouse. And then HP after that one won't play again until the following Friday, when, believe it or not, it's the first game of district as the Scotties take on the Poteet Pirates. Plenty of game left in this one, though, from Burke Burnett, as number 32, Matt Wilson, inbounds to number 11, Jake Steganga, the junior, in for the first time. Number 5, Trey Garrison, the senior, in for his first action. There's Ben Livingston, number 13, into the game to start the second quarter as well. Scots up 15-7. Jalen Dews did a good job getting his hand on that post entry as Kahn looked for Wilson. Matt Wilson on his way to Oklahoma State to sling the pill for the Cowboys baseball team. This week as well, you had Matt Fraschilla making the announcement that he'll play basketball at Harvard. Long three ball is hit. Ryan Cheatham scores, and the Scots, as much as they've dominated, lead only by 5, 15-10. Stegengel handed off to Garrison, given space. Really thought about cranking it up from the right wing. Now Stegengel will try it as Kahn rolled to the basket. He's all alone on the right side. There's the lob. Kahn found space and finds the bottom of the basket. His first 2 points. Scott's lead is back up to 7, 17-10. They led this one 11-0, straight off the bus. Cheatham. The passes into Mahomes. Little double clutch shot, not there. Kahn clears the board. Here's Stegenga running the point. Nice pass to Matty Ice. Wilson from Stegenga for 2. Wilson, who had his best game of the year against McKinney, had season highs in minutes, points, rebounds. 3-ball right side missed. Ty Stickley missed the shot. Here comes Ben Livingston ahead to Garrison. Old slam on the break. Scott's back up by 9, 19-10. Tried to draw the pressure, then dump it down onto the baseline for Matt Wilson. Doesn't work this time. The Scots are looking for a deflection call, but none is forthcoming. Scots fighting for their first 4-game winning streak of the season. Leading Whitehouse, who's 9-2, with their only 2 losses coming by a total of 3 points, 19-10. Whitehouse on the season averaging 62.5 points while yielding 50.3. There's Brady Hill. Hill again takes it baseline, floats it up, offensive foul. Matt Wilson scoring last time down the floor and then drawing the offensive foul call. It's the first. Cats. Scots by 9 with the ball. Mahomes really kind of sold out on the steal there. The Scots not able to take advantage. Stegenga thought about pulling up from the elbow, just able to keep that left toe down on that pivot foot. Fletcher and Murtha get set to check back in. Garrison, pull up 3, missed it. Mahomes with the board. Dews likes that spot for 3. Can't find it. Rebound all the way out at the free throw line by Ben Livingston. He's turned it over. It comes to Ryan Cheatham, who scores off the turnover. Scott's turned it over only 10 times against Randall, but allowed 0 Raider points off those 10 giveaways. It's a 7-point lead for the Scots. Here comes Stegenga. Livingston, spot up, 3-ball, got it! Ben Livingston with 3. Scotty's back up by 10. That's a big shot, as it looked like Whitehouse was starting to get some momentum going, as the Scots led 11-0 early on. Been fairly evenly played since then. Scots head back into that matchup zone look. This time it's Kahn battling with Mahomes. Scots packing it down near the paint. Very willing to let Whitehouse try to shoot themselves back into the game. Mahomes goes crossover. Stegenga's having none of it. Livingston hit the 3-pointer last time down the floor. This time it's a right corner 3. Missed by the Whitehouse shooter. Clayton goes 1 for 2. The Scots are 2 for 6 from the line in the game. There's another offensive foul. This one was taken by Matt Fraschilla against Pat Mahomes. We hope you'll join us at halftime for the Texas Capital Bank HP Scots one-on-one as we had the honor of chatting a bit with junior Clayton Murtha, who has 4 points in the first half. The Scots lead it by 11, 23-12. HP has countered the Whitehouse push. Spins, little jump hook, left it short, fights for his own rebound, has to take it away from Clayton Murtha. They'll post up Clayton now as Chase will clear it out. Great space! That's a manly low post move there for Clayton Murtha. So much of what the Scots get from their big men is getting guys in good position and putting in shots off of missed jumpers and things of that nature, but that was some great low post skill shown by the junior Clayton Murtha. Scotties lead at 25-12 with under 3 minutes left in the first half. Brian Sutcliffe here with the gang from Highland Park. Livingston hit a three-pointer a few possessions ago. He's out on the wing, and he's got a little bit of space. Fraschilla, no look into Murtha. Murtha gets tied up. There's a travel against Murtha. Scots with only 3 team fouls with 2:40 left in the first, leading 25-12. The teams have combined to go 3 for 9 from the free throw line so far. Spencer Shaw takes it in, pulls up from the elbow, banked it in. Shaw with 4 first half points, quickly the other way. Livingston down low to Murtha, and Clayton Murtha's too much for the interior defense of the Whitehouse Wildcats to handle right now. It's the double deuce. Ty Stickley with his first foul. Scots leading by 11. They've allowed only 14 points, and since the first quarter of the game yesterday against Randall, they've allowed only 22 points. Clayton Murtha's game high this year is 12. He's got 7 in the first half as Will Miller checks back in. Ben Livingston will have a seat after hitting that triple a few minutes ago. Murtha 2 for 2. He's got 8. The Scots are back up to 50% for the game. From the line and a 13-point lead. Here's Mahomes. Double team trapped on the near sideline. That was a good pass from Mahomes, who has his shot shoved right back in his face by Chase Fletcher. But it'll be a foul against the Scots. It's on Chase. Had 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists against Randall yesterday to go with an 11.6 rebound performance against Plainview, 23 points and 6 rebounds against Wichita Falls. Spencer Shaw to the line, where he's shooting 67% this season. Missed the first. Clock stopped, 2:03 left, second quarter. Highland Park 27, Whitehouse 14. Winner hoists the 2012 Union Square Bulldog Classic Championship Trophy. HB got to the final last year, looking to win their second Bulldog Classic. Spencer Shaw with his 5th point. The Scots won it in 2007. Advanced to the final last year where they were defeated by Richland, 73-54. That's a Richland squad from the 5A classification that ended up going 27-4 last year. That ended up being a pretty salty matchup in the final, a 28-3 team, as Matt Kreitz, the team's leader in steals, was all over that one. Couldn't quite get to it, though. That was a 28-3 Highland Park team against a 27-4 Richland squad. Probably about as good a holiday tournament final as you'll find. And Kreitz trying it again, but this time a little too much body contact by the junior. His first, team's 5th. Into the backcourt for Jake Parker, averaging 12.4 points, 4 rebounds, and over 5 assists per game. He's been pretty quiet in this one. And Whitehouse throws it to the backcourt, but Parker does a nice job to save it. Here's Shaw. Shaw. That was a tough move. Down to the low block. And then the Scots turn it over on the travel. A bit of a late surge here for Whitehouse. They still trail by 10, 27-17. Over Mahomes. Scripted play, left the 3 ball short. Great job by Chase Fletcher to throw it off the Whitehouse player. And the Scots will have possession. Here's Kreitz. As the Scots on the inbound, able to beat the trap. Wide open, the two-handed flush, Will Miller. Kreitz to Miller for two. Miller with 8 points, 29-17. HP with a 12-point lead. We're under a minute left in the first half. Parker, as the Scots look like they may want to trap. Matt Fraschilla and Dylan Cantrell get tangled up near the baseline. Both guys go down. The fouls against Highland Park. First foul against Matt Fraschilla, 6-team foul, 7 fouls for Whitehouse, so both teams will be in the penalty the rest of the half, which has just under 44 seconds remaining. Parker out to Dews. 10 versus 10. Matt Kreitz picks him up. Scots go back to a bit of that zone look. Parker shot the long jumper. Fraschilla with the rebound, quickly ahead to Kreitz, and Kreitz will have an easy two. Kreitz with his first two. Scotties by 14, 31-17. Less than 20 seconds left. Here's Mahomes. Mahomes jump stop. Takes it over two Scots defenders. He can't get it. Another rebound for the junior, Clayton Murtha. Fraschilla thought about installing it into the front court quickly. He'll move it over the timeline with 5 seconds. Fraschilla stutters, takes it up, floats it up. Would have counted, but he'll shoot 2 free throws with 1:49 to go. Fouls against Ty Stickley. It's his second, 8th team foul against the Wildcats of Whitehouse. They were 18-11 last year, advanced to the second round of the playoffs where they were defeated by West Mesquite, a team that now will challenge Highland Park and is currently ranked in the top 10 among all 4A teams in the state of Texas. HP and West Mesquite will play a couple of tough games this year if HP wants to defend their district title. That's 0 for 2. And that'll do it for the first half of play. After one half, the Highland Park Scots, halfway to that tournament championship, they lead the Whitehouse Wildcats 31-17.
This presentation is brought to you by HPTV. If you or someone you know would like to sponsor this unique TV station, please email Mrs. Kelly Snowder at snowdeck@hpasd.org. And from all of us here at HPTV, we thank you for watching.
Welcome back to Burke Burnett High School, side of the 2012 Union Square Bulldog Classic, where in the championship game at halftime, the Highland Park Scots lead the Whitehouse Wildcats 31-17. Before we run down the first half numbers, we want to let you know that HP Basketball's annual Hoops and Hot Sauce Dinner and Auction is coming up Friday, February 1st. For more information on tickets, underwriting, and auction donations, email hoopsandhotsauce@gmail.com. We hope you join us for that one. The Scotties are led by Will Miller and Clayton Murtha, who had 8 first-half points apiece. Derek Kahn with 2. Matt Wilson with 2. Ben Livingston had a triple in the second half. He's got 3 points. Matthew Kreitz with 2. Matt Fraschilla with 2. And Chase Fletcher with 4. So the Scotties with a 14-point lead. They led this one 11-0. As the Scots clearly wanting to avenge their defeat against Richland in the championship game of this tournament last year. It may be the last time the Scotties make this trip up from the Metroplex to the Wichita Falls area. The UIL, starting next season, will be limiting the number of tournaments basketball teams can play in to 2. The Scots, of course, host their HP Scott Classic. They've been playing in the Plano tournament the last few years, and when you take into account expense and burden on families to travel, wouldn't be too surprising to see the Scots choose to stay in town for their second of 2 tournaments. Whitehouse with the ball as the Scots will move from right to left here in the second half. Pass knocked out from behind by Matt Kreitz, number 10. He's out with number 52, Clayton Murtha. As Mahomes missed it, rebound Kreitz. Number 20, Will Miller on the floor as well with number 2, Chase Fletcher, and number 3, Matt Fraschilla. Scots are called for an backcourt violation. Scott's not real appreciative of that call. But we're about 30 seconds in. Brian Sutcliffe here with a terrific team from Highland Park High School. We've got a full crew. We've got our producer, Kelly Snowden, our director, Drew Ullman. William Planey handles the graphics. Connor Palacios on the floor, and Chris Ginsberg on the high cam. Shot missed, rebound, Will Miller. This is a crew that does a lot of work, takes a lot of their time to bring you a top quality broadcast. They've done a great job. My honor to be with them. Fletcher slams on the brakes. As we're a minute into the third, Scotties by 14, 31-17. Canyon Randall claimed the third place award as it's Fletcher down low and one. Clayton Murtha. Murtha has 10. We're going to go ahead and take credit for Clayton's great game here as we interviewed him before this one, and now he's going off. Clearly it was because he was this game's Texas Capital Bank HB Scott's one-on-one guest. Let this be a reminder to all Scots who may have second thoughts about coming on with us. Three-point play for Murtha. Scots lead it by 17. HP at the line in this one, 5 for 11. Parker will post up Dylan Cantrell. Spins, takes it off the glass, no good. Rebound put in by Spencer Shaw. And Shaw has 9 points to lead the Wildcats. Fraschilla quickly to the front court. Matt Kreitz is fouled in the air by Jake Parker. Jake Parker had 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists against Plainview. That coming after his 9-point, 10-assist, 5-steal outing against Burke Burnett. So some of these guys that have put up wicked stats in the preliminary 3 games of this tournament have been silenced by the Highland Park Scots. This time it's Fraschilla to Murtha. Murtha has a new season high with 13. The second Scots player to have a new season high as Chase Fletcher dropped 23 on Wichita Falls to set a new high water mark. Will Miller got the rebound, nearly had it stolen by Pat Mahomes, and Fraschilla into the front court. To the trailer, and one! Will Miller nearly losing the handle, flips it up with a left hand, and he'll go to the line. Miller into double figures. The Scots by 19. And this one's looking like it could get ugly. But as we all know, there are degrees of ugly, and this is the kind of ugly the Scotties like to see. Miller pots it. He's got 11. Scots back to 50% at the line. They're 6 for 12, and they have a 20-point lead. Mahomes goes to the left hand. He'll rise. Tough basket for Pat Mahomes. Only Fletcher and Kreitz fight for it. Fraschilla skip it over. Miller for 3. Bottom, the guy does it all. We've seen a two-handed dunk. Now we've seen the triple. Miller with 14 points to lead the Scots. Parker straight on. No, sir. And then Miller gets the board, playing one of his best games of the season. The Scots lead by 21, doubling up the Whitehouse Wildcats 42-21. Smart play by Pat Mahomes to throw it off the shins of Clayton Murtha. Going for the ball down on the floor. 4:44 left in the third. All HP, 42-21. Scotties 3-0 coming into this one in the tournament. Defeated Plainview 52-32 in the first game. 73-62 over Wichita Falls and 48-19 against Randall. The 19 points yielded to the Raiders, the fewest the Scots have allowed in multiple seasons. The Wichita Falls game, the only one of the 3 that was closely contested. The Scots actually trailed that one at halftime, and then were down a point after 3 before they were blitzed by the Scotties in the fourth. Fletcher spins away, lays it in right at the cup. David Peeler's got to love this. You're playing a good team. You're up by 23 points, and Chase Fletcher, your leading scorer, has 6 points. But he's done a lot of the heavy lifting in the preliminary games. Parker. Now it's Dews. Fletcher giving some space to Mahomes, who'll spin into the lane. Little double clutch. Mahomes tries to save it in. Fraschilla taps it to himself. It's a 3-on-1. Fraschilla will lob it up. Instead, it goes through the hands of Miller. Came down to Kreitz, who missed the shot. Parker will bounce it over to Cantrell, who scores on the block. Cantrell now with 4. The Scots lead by 21, 44-23. And there's a foul whistled against Jake Parker. It's Parker's 3rd, the team's 4th. 4 team fouls against Whitehouse. The Scots have yet to commit an infraction. Derek Kahn, number 44, checks in, along with Matt Wilson, the senior captain, number 32. Freeing up Miller, 3-ball. Back iron. Wilson fights for it. And there's a foul against Whitehouse. The 5th against the Wildcats. This one's on Ryan Cheatham. Five fouls against Whitehouse. Kahn shot the 3, missed it. Hit 3 big 3-balls against Wichita Falls when the Scots needed to get their offense going. Really jump-started the HP offense on the way to the 11-point win. Mahomes pretty move into the lane. Left that shot short, and Pat Mahomes just has not had his shot in this one. Hadn't had too many open looks. The one he's had, he's not been able to capitalize on them. Nice high-low for Fraschilla to Kahn. That high-low's been a big player for the Scotties in this tournament. This foul against Pat Mahomes, his 3rd. 6 team fouls against Whitehouse. The Scots will shoot the penalty the rest of the half. There's 2:42 left in the 3rd. Scots lead at 44-23. Kahn with his first point of the second half. He's got 3 in the game. Kahn 2 for 2. Scott's now over 50% at the line as some fresh Scotties get set to check in. HP doubling up Whitehouse once again, 46-23 with 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd. And Coach Ryan Tomlin wants a timeout. His 9-2 Whitehouse Wildcats are in serious danger of losing their 3rd game of the year and watching the Highland Park Scots hoist the tournament championship. We'll take another opportunity to remind you that HP Basketball's annual Hoops and Hot Sauce Dinner and Auction is coming up Friday, February 1st. For more information on tickets, underwriting, and auction donations, email hoopsandhotsauce@gmail.com. 46-23 Scotties. Clayton Murtha has a new season high in points with 13. Will Miller has a very entertaining 14 points. He's got a 3-pointer. He's got a dunk. Nearly hit another dunk on a lob from Fraschilla in transition. Ben Livingston has a 3-pointer. The Scots shot 59% yesterday against Canyon Randall. And in their last 2 games are shooting over 40% from outside the arc. Outside shooting has been a big pain point for the Scots. At least it was early in the season as Mahomes has his shot blocked from behind. But he's fouled by Derek Kahn. You know, as you talk to the Scots players and coaches, they know that if they can get that outside shooting working consistently, they're going to be a really solid team because they've got some guys that can score down low. But as you get into district play and teams that understand the kind of outing that you can expect to get from a Chase Fletcher, and you're seeing the kind of performance that Clayton Murtha has here, you're going to start seeing guys zone up the Scots or maybe sink a bunch of guys down low as Mahomes goes 2 for 2. With that outside shooting for the Scots, if they can keep it up like they've seen in this tournament, teams are going to have to think twice before committing too many resources to clogging up the paint. Scots turn it over, leading by 21, 46-25. Scots got into town on Thursday and got in about 30 minutes before their opening game against Plainview. Last year they played Randall in the first game. Basically went straight from the bus onto the court. Managed to win that game, but didn't look real crisp doing it. But the Scotties looked pretty solid in that 20-point win over the Bulldogs in game 1 this time. 3-pointer was missed badly by Ryan Cheatham. And the Scots will have it on the baseline. It's Matt Wilson, Jake Stiganga, Ben Livingston, Trey Garrison, and Derek Kahn on the floor for your Highland Park Scots, who with less than 2 minutes left in the third lead the Whitehouse Wildcats 46-25. Scots led at 31-17 at halftime. They scored the first 11 points of the game, have really controlled this one from the outset as Parker will try the three. Missed it very badly. Called out an assist as Ryan Cheatham puts it in. He's got 7 points. Whitehouse only has 4 players that have scored. There's Garrison. Under 90 seconds to go, third quarter. Scots by 19, 46-27. Ben Livingston, who had a three-pointer in the second quarter. Scott's very patient on offense. Wilson rolls to the basket. Instead, Kahn will take the right wing three and bury it. Kahn with 7 points. There's that outside shooting we're talking about. The Scots go back up by 22, 49-27 with 1:09 left in the third. Brian Sutcliffe with a great crew here from Highland Park High School. Glad you've joined us. Hard to believe we're already 13 games going on 14 into the season. The Scots will play the Plano Wildcats next Friday as Coach Phil Parlin and the Wildcats invade the Highlander Fieldhouse. What should be a good one. Plano's off to a good start. Won the 5A state championship a handful of years ago. Of course, Coach Peeler has roots in Plano. Came to Highland Park from Plano West. So he knows the staff there at Plano very well. The Scots may see Plano again as Highland Park will participate in the Avery Air Invitational in Plano later in December. We know at this point that the Scots' first-round opponent will be Irving. A very good bracket that includes several teams the Scots have already seen. Lake Highlands, Jesuit, Richardson in the tournament. So we could see some familiar faces in that one. But the Scots with some unfinished business here, trying to do what they could not do last year, which is claim the Burke Burnett title. They're about 9 minutes away from doing it, leading by 22. Highland Park and Whitehouse, the only teams that went perfect 3-0 through their preliminary round games. The only game of the 6 where either team was challenged was Whitehouse playing a somewhat lackadaisical game against Plainview yesterday and winning by 5. Some of the Scots coaching staff would tell you that the Whitehouse guys might have been up a little bit late prior to that one. Of course, you can understand these guys are kids, want to have a good time out on the road. A long trip for Whitehouse. They're just south of Tyler. Can't fault guys for wanting to enjoy themselves on a road trip with their buddies. Kahn this time will try it from the corner. Missed the shot. The Whitehouse faithful exhorting their team to aggressively attack those rebounds as Kahn nearly got it off his own miss coming all the way from the corner. 22 seconds left. Scotty's by 22. Lob it into Cheatham. Cheatham scores. 9 points for Cheatham. Spencer Shaw has 9. Pat Mahomes has 7. And Dylan Cantrell has 4. And that's it. Fouls against Jake Parker. And then a technical, which according to my math would be his 5th foul. And Jake Parker fouls out, and that's not how you want to do it. Picking up your 4th personal and then getting teed up and sent to the bench. So Jake Stegango will shoot technical free throws, miss the first. Scott still looking to improve at the free throw line. This season, they've left a lot of points there from 15 feet. Jake gets the second. Got his first point. Scott's now 9 for 16 in the game. Steganga goes 2 for 3 as he shot 1 for the foul. Scots get 2 and the ball. Scott's now 10 for 17. Here's Frischilla. Lost the handle, had it taken away by Mahomes. Frischilla fights for it again and knocks it off Jalen Dews. Scotties have the ball with less than 7 seconds left. Leading by 22, 51-29. Here's Frischilla with 5. Frischilla thought about the shot. Instead, it's Livingston at the buzzer. Got it! Ben Livingston hits his second triple of the game, and the Scots go to the 4th in total control. leading the Whitehouse Wildcats 54-29. At Texas Capital Bank, we're driven by an unwavering mission to serve Texas businesses and the entrepreneurs and families who run them. Since our beginning in 1998, we've grown into one of the state's largest independent banks, with offices in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio. Texas Capital Bank is proud to support the Highland Park Scots and wishes the team great success this season. The Highland Park Scots have enjoyed great success in this 2012 Union Square Bulldog Classic. They've got one hand on that championship trophy right now, leading after 3, 54-29. Ben Livingston with 6 points on a pair of 3 balls. He's getting close to his season high. He had 10. He's done it twice. The first against TCA Addison in the season opener, and then did it against McKinney on Tuesday. The Scots scored 28 points in that third quarter. Make that 23 points. Again, that old Aggie math. (23-12). Highland Park outscores Whitehouse. It's Matt Fraschilla on the floor with Matthew Kreitz. Chase Fletcher back in the game. He bodies up with Cheatham. There's a travel call. Number 52, Clayton Murtha. Number 20, Will Miller. Mahomes splits 2 defenders. Waited till the last possible moment to get rid of that ball. Mahomes gets another rebound. Finally, it's on the floor in the corner. And we got a technical foul against the Whitehouse bench, as the Wildcats of Whitehouse are starting to unravel a little bit. They've been flummoxed by the Highland Park Scots and are not real fond of this officiating crew. That's the second technical picked up by Whitehouse in the game. And it sends Will Miller to the line with the clock stopped, 7:33 left. Will Miller now with 15 points. Make it 16. And then the Scots will have the ball. Scots now at 12 for 19 for the game for the line. Shot exactly 50% in each of the first 2 games, and then 75% on 6 for 8 shooting yesterday against Canyon Randall. 7:30 left. Scotties by 27. Fraschilla will rise. Missed the shot by a little bit. Dews spikes the ball down, but it comes down to his fellow number 10, Kreitz, who finds Murtha all alone. Missed a little 8-footer. Offensive rebound. Scott still can't get it. Murtha on about the 4th opportunity. The Scots just want this one worse than Whitehouse, imposing their will on Whitehouse. Fouls against Spencer Shaw. His first. That is the 10th team foul against Whitehouse. The Scots have been called for 1. Murtha extends his season-high point total with 14. He's just 2 behind Will Miller with 16 for game-high honors. Murtha goes 2 for 2. Scott's now 14 for 21. That percentage continues to rise. Clayton Murtha talked with us during the Texas Capital Bank HP Scots one-on-one about becoming a better shooter, and we've certainly seen him excel at the free throw line this year. His percentage will continue to rise. He came into the tournament averaging 65% at the line this year. Whitehouse shows some full court pressure D, but HP will just back it out with 6:50 left. The Highland Park Scots are going to win the Union Square Bulldog Classic. There's lots of time left, but the Scots are up 58-29. Ball comes back to Murtha, tries to throw it in off the glass, tapped up, gets his own board, he's fouled and one. This may be the best game of Clayton Murtha's career. Clayton Murtha with 17. He will not be denied. Multiple offensive rebounds and gets it, puts it in. Second foul against Spencer Shaw. The Scotties are up by 31, 60-29. That one's on me, Clayton. I was bragging about your free throw shooting. Baseline jumper missed. Fletcher unlucky. Touched the ball on its way out. Number 44, Justin Dunning, a 6'5 sophomore, gets in as looks like Whitehouse content to get their guys some run. Like the outcome of this one, no longer in doubt, and there is no doubt that the Highland Park Scots were the best team in this tournament. As Kreitz, the team leader in steals, just takes it away from Jalen Dews. Kreitz will take it up. Can't hit the shot. Dews did just enough to dissuade Kreitz, but Fletcher gets the offensive board. Gets it, has it knocked out. Kreitz with another offensive rebound, another block down low. And there's an offensive foul against Highland Park. Very interesting to see the final numbers and rebounds of this game. I expect this will be the best rebounding performance of the season for the Scots. They came into the tournament being out-rebounded by their opponents by 3 per game, 28-25. But they've been solid in this tournament and outstanding in this game. Stepping into an open 3, shot was missed by Spencer Shaw. Frischilla was trying to find Miller. Shaw took it away. 5:46 left in the fourth. Scots by 31. And now Murtha getting his hand in it. Goes behind the back, doing his best Matt Frischilla impersonation, but it comes to Whitehouse. Mahomes. And that's been the kind of day it's been for Pat Mahomes. Decent look. Can't hit the shot. Number 12, Stevie Smathers in the game, along with number 4, the sophomore, Mitchell Kaufman, as Fletcher and Clayton Murtha leave. And I think you can expect those two guys' names to be at the head of the all-tournament team. Murtha with maybe the best game of his varsity career with 17 points. Will Miller and Matthew Kreitz help up Pat Mahomes, who will see better days than this one for the rest of his basketball season. Here's Mahomes, battles with Frischilla, takes it baseline, cut off nicely by Stevie Smathers, and then Will Miller nearly gets the steal. Shaw rises, can't hit, rebound, Justin Dunning. Fouls against Stevie Smathers. Mahomes wants Jalen Dews to come help him on the wing. Frischilla will pick Dews up. They'll shoot the long 2 and hit it. Just the first points of the game for Jalen Dews, who averaged 8 per game coming into this one and scored 14 in their win Thursday against Burke Burnett. But we're under 5 minutes left. It's all over but the trophy hoisting. The Scots by 29, 60-31. There's the lob. Will Miller with 18. He's 4 off his season high. Frischilla, no look to Kreitz. Kaufman puts his head down, takes it up strong. The shot was blocked by Dunning. Shaw ahead quickly to Pat Mahomes. He's going to set that one up for the lay-in. Looked like he was going to try to throw that down. Pat Mahomes with 9. Bounce pass to Smathers. He'll back things out. Under 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Frischilla was looking for Kaufman. Number 30, Dylan Cantrell, and number 21, Brady Hill. Check in for Coach Tomlin's Wildcats, who will fall to 9-3 after this one. Their first two losses were by a total of 3 points. But right now, they trail the Highland Park Scots by 29. Dews will try the long three this time. Shot was off. Mitchell Kaufman nearly takes Stevie Smathers' head off fighting for the ball. It's tied up by Dylan Cantrell, and the arrow points to Whitehouse. Number 5, Trey Garrison. Number 11, Jake Steganga in as Kreitz and Frischilla will leave the floor. So, great competitive time here for the guys out on the floor. Ryan Brady, number 14, the sophomore in, as Mahomes will throw it up and in. Into double figures now, Pat Mahomes. He's had to work for all 11 of those points. Here's Smathers. Trey Garrison has it taken away by Mahomes. So Mahomes playing tough the entire way, and there it is. He'll soar in with a two-hand flush. Mahomes with 13. The Scots lead it by 25, under 3 minutes to go from Burke Burnett. Nice bounce down low to Stevie Smathers. His shot is blocked violently from behind by Justin Dunning. As the Burke Burnett trophies have been brought out and placed, staged at the ready. At this point, the Scots know which one they're getting with 2:50 left. Steganga wide open for three. Last touched by Whitehouse. The Scots will earn their 11th win this year. Move to 11-3 and have their first 4-game winning streak of the year. Garrison tries left side. Yes, sir! Garrison gets in on the act. He's got 3. Scots lead it by 28. Mahomes. We've seen in the fourth quarter what I think we've mostly expected to see throughout the game, but the Scots defense absolutely harassing Whitehouse from the opening tip. 65-39 Highland Park. Missed that shot badly, then gets his own rebound. Pat Mahomes, you got to credit him for not quitting in this game. Just like that, he's got 17 points after scoring only 3 in the first half. Brady faked the pass. Called for the travel. 2:01 left. Number 1, Coleman Patterson in for the first time for Whitehouse. Spencer Shaw in as well as Mahomes leaves with a team-high 17 points. 14 of those 17 coming in the second half. But the Scots led at halftime 31-17 after jumping out to an 11-0 lead to start the game. $150 to go. The Scots got to the final last year as Patterson misses the 3. Smathers with the rebound, and he'll start the break. Now slow things down. HP lost to Richland 73-54 in the final last year, but they'll have their revenge on this Burke Burnett tournament. Maybe the final time the Scots play in it. And what better way to leave the tournament possibly for the last time than as the tournament's champion. Mitchell Kaufman goes to the free throw line, shooting about 38% this year. Nails the first. He's the 11th Scot to score in this game. Left that one a bit short. The Scots are at 15 for 23 in the game at the free throw line. They started out slow, 1 for 4, but have picked things up since the opening quarter. And there's Smathers earning the jump ball and a possession for the Highland Park Scots. It's been quite a weekend for the Scotties. 4 games, 4 resounding wins. Just what the doctor ordered after that tough loss against McKinney on Tuesday. The Scotties should have their mojo back. They'll next play on Friday as the Plano Wildcats visit the Highlander Fieldhouse. Another 5A non-district opponent. Smathers with the jump stop, had his shot blocked by Brady Hill. This has been a bit of a break for the Scots in this tournament, not having played a 5A team. They've played so many this season. In large private schools, you may lump TCA Addison into that mix. They're in the Division I of the TAPS classifications. 44 seconds to go. (66-41). Scotties up by 25. Ryan Brady gets the steal, and he'll take it up for the easy bucket. Ryan Brady now 12 Scots in the scorebook. 68-41. Shaw missed the shot. Rebound Stegango with 8 seconds left. 68-41 will be the final. The Highland Park Scots are the 2012 Union Square Bulldog Classic champions. Defeating the Whitehouse Wildcats 68-41. The Scotties move to 11-3 on the year and will take a 4-game winning streak out of this tournament for the Whitehouse Wildcats. Just their 3rd loss of the year against 9 victories. Lots of score totals to recap for you here. Chase Fletcher had 6 points. Matt Fraschilla with 2. Mitchell Kaufman with a point in the 4th quarter. Trey Garrison with a connection from long range. He had 3 in the game. Matthew Kreitz with 2. Jake Stegango with a pair. Ben Livingston with 6. Ryan Brady with 2. Will Miller, 18 points. Matt Wilson with 2. Derek Kahn with 7. And the last guy, maybe somewhat appropriately given that this is his new season high, Clayton Murtha with 17 points. We'll remind you one more time that at Texas Capital Bank, we're driven by an unwavering mission to serve Texas businesses and the entrepreneurs and families who run them. Since our beginning in 1998, we've grown into one of the state's largest independent banks, with offices in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio. Texas Capital Bank is proud to support the Highland Park Scots and wishes the team great success this season. As both teams are now being awarded with their trophies, congratulations to Ryan Tomlin and the Whitehouse Wildcats for a nice tournament. They just ran into a bit of a buzzsaw against the Highland Park Scots here in the final. The Scotties being awarded their tournament championship trophy, their 2nd tournament win this year after taking the HP Scott Classic last month. Now the announcement of the all-tournament team. Logan Britton from Randall is named to the team. Elijah Strickland from Burke Burnett, who was good enough to hang out here, gets a nice ovation as his coach hands him his trophy for being named all-tournament team. Pat Mahomes named to the all-tournament team. Jake Parker had a great tournament as well for Whitehouse. 23 points against Plainview, 9 points, 10 assists against Burke Burnett. Matt Fraschilla makes the all-tournament team. Congratulations to Matt. Had 5 steals against Wichita Falls yesterday. And Chase Fletcher, congratulations. Named the 2012 Union Square Bulldog Classic Tournament Most Valuable Player. Had a season high 23 points against Wichita Falls, 11 points and 6 boards against Plainview, 10 points against Canyon Randall yesterday, and 6 in the championship here. 68-41 is the final. The Highland Park Scots are the champs of the Burke Burnett Bulldog Classic. I want to thank those that made this broadcast possible, the parents of the 2012-2013 Highland Park Scots, the good folks at Texas Capital Bank. We appreciate all they do for us. Had a great team of technicians here making this happen. Kelly Snowden, our producer. Our director, Drew Allman, twisting and tweaking as only he can. William Planey working the graphics. Connor Palacios on the floor, and our high cam was Chris Ginsberg. We invite you to join us for the next broadcast of Highland Park Scots varsity basketball as the Scotties take a 4-game winning streak back to the Highlander Fieldhouse, and they'll welcome the Plano Wildcats. Friday, December 14th, it'll be a 7:30 tip. We'll have the broadcast starting about 7:25. So until then, I'm Brian Sutcliffe. Thanks for joining us all weekend. Safe travels wherever you may be. Go enjoy the rest of your weekend. So long, everybody.
This presentation is brought to you by HPTV. If you or someone you know would like to sponsor this unique TV station, please email Mrs. Kelly Snowder at snowdeck@hpasd.org. And from all of us here at HPTV, we thank you for watching.